Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey and the Resolves, and here we are today looking at my updated version of the FGS deck that I've been playing with since about day one of this set. And I think the spot we're in here with this version I actually really like. So it's got a couple of things that are going on, and this has actually become a bit of a rarity, is the 4 harsh rule. So the FGS decks, I think a lot of them have shied away from this right now, and your opponent will be able to capitalize upon that right now because they'll just know that you've not getting harsh rule. So when you do have harsh rule, you just get to completely blow them out in some spots. So I do like that, and having harsh rule on this really unit heavy base deck is fine, because if you're behind on board, then you just get to fire it off, and if you're ahead, you just get to wait. But after you've had to harsh rule away some of your units, you get to display of ambition, which will draw you 2 back, which is still pretty good. Decks will power light in terms of actual power. We are only playing 25, although Regent's Tomb in the market can help us get there. But we've also got things like Seek Power, Lost Scroll, and I guess Show could count as a power, maybe like a third of a power, because the Treasure Trove does give you something to do on 2, which will draw you towards it. So we've got quite a nice suite going on here. So we're playing the double merchants, which I think is pretty ideal. I think this is where you want to be. Both of them do have overlap with every single card. Of course, Deep Forge Plate is perhaps like a relic from the Bruised by God deck, but I do like this because it does a lot of good things in this deck. Like, not only is it like a 1-card combo with the merchants, in that you can play with Red Canyon Smuggler and it will kill your opponent. You can play it on Hidden Road Smuggler, and if your opponent's playing like a deck that actually cares about your life total, you just get to gain 8 on your attack, and then your opponent can't really attack you back. So it's just nice to have in here, as well as popping Permafrost, because we're not borrowing here at all. So we've got some more things going on. We do have Lost Scroll, which does let us get towards the things that matter to us. So as I was saying perhaps in the other video, helps us get towards a turn 3 stat Maiden or Vara, which is going to be pretty powerful against more aggressive decks. As well as just being a spell that not only helps us to play Rizahn, but also helps us to actually just have the lifesteal pretty much all the time, because we've just got so many spells. We have 27 spells, which is a lot. So the thing we are going to struggle for is fire sources. So we've got Seek Power in here rather than Winchest Cargo. We do have access to Winchest Cargo in the market, and that's because it does a couple of different things. So if we are struggling for fire, we can go and grab it, but later on, because we've got so many ways of dipping into the market, the market's probably just going to end up in a really long game. It's going to be 4 powers and a Winchest Cargo. At least it's then something you can still get, and you can just get Winchest Cargo, which turns into a random spell from the game, which is pretty decent. So this does look a lot more like one of the older versions of FGS, predefined society, apart from the new market. So I do generally like this play style quite a lot. And you can see in our market as well, it is really threat heavy as well. So Regent's Tomb, I think, is actually one of the better sites that perhaps people aren't really talking about as much, because Howling Peak is pretty much the sight on everyone's lips right now. But I just like this one. It's the most disruptive one. Maybe it's not the best for protecting you, but I guess in grinding matchups, an FGS deck in the past maybe would have liked to have had a devastating setback in the market. Now you're paying a little bit more for it, but it does curve after your merchant anyway, so it's fine. So you play it get a Sabotage to disrupt your opponent's hand, and then after that, if it sticks in play, pros got Lingering Influence or Swear Vengeance, one of things. And then a lot of decks can't actually handle Elias at the moment, so if you are playing against Mr. No Time Man's deck, if you ever get Elias in play, your opponent actually can't kill it unless they use the Burn Them All spell. But then you just revenge it back, and then they've got no outs to it whatsoever. Deep Forge Plate, already spoke about this. Basically, another threat. It does rely on you having a threat in play, but it works really well because we do have a lot of lifesteal. I really like Brel. We don't have any weapons to make her really good, so we don't get to play on a Rune Hammer. Maybe I should investigate having some Rune Hammers in this deck right now. But I just like this as a 2-for-1. Really grinding matchups, you're just going to be grinding your opponent to dust because you've got Display of Ambition, buying you back 2 things, and then you just go on Merchant for something that is 2 things, because it is a weapon and a unit, both of which are not quite really good enough for 7 power. But combined, you've just got a 2-for-1. Brel's Mallet is going to kill maybe 1 or 2 things, or your opponent, and then Brel's Solace Apostate is just going to protect you and then be able to attack before. Get some Warcries going. And speaking of Warcries, the big girl Ikari, the Liberator, is still here. She costs 8. and now she lives in the black market, but you know, it's still a good card, and it will just end the game for you pretty quickly, as well as if you have like a deep forge play on it, you're probably never going to get to attack back. So let's cancel the ladder and see what this deck can actually do. Okay, so loads of merchants, but just like 2 power and they're like 5 and 6 drops, so I think we'll redraw this. Yeah, I actually think this is better than redrawing because we do have like 6 power plus Quarry, so we're able to find powers. And then generally like Vara plus Stat Maiden are just quite powerful in a lot of matchups. Okay, so looks like people are playing with like fire-based aggro again. Do we want Display of Ambition? I think we'll probably get rid of that. I'd like, realistically, to be able to play Lost Scroll next turn, so if we did find like a Sigil on top, so it's no reason at the bottom there. If we find the Sigil on top, we're able to Lost Scroll, and then we're able to like turn 3 make a Stat Maiden or a Vara, and both of those are going to be really good against like whatever our opponent looks like they're up to right now. Just like 2 Fire Sigils, okay. So let us grab a Fire here. Because we can Lost Scroll and grab like a Shadow or Justice or... Okay, so we are playing a Skycrag. Okay, Champion of Fury is good. This probably leads us to... Okay, with Rizahn. Go ahead, Justice Source, play Fire Sigil. If we draw a Torch, we get to play Stat Maiden with Torch up, but I think that even just on like Vara with Torch up would be good. If we draw like a power, able to maybe play Quarry plus Canyon, but we're probably going to play one of the 4 drops. Play the 4 drop, like guaranteed, is still pretty good. Okay, the post camber power up my thing. So we are going to Crest here. So we've got another Vara is probably good. So we do have to be mindful of Permafrost here. But we are pretty close to having like a lifesteal Rizahn, so I'm going to suspect that if our opponent has not sacrificed like the Power Knight, they've probably got a Permafrost. And we don't really have things like Bar anymore, which is maybe a bit of a problem. Okay, pull him off is fine, because I'm just going to block the Power Knight if our opponent lets us. Yep, this is fine. Not blocking for the sake of like gain 1, go to 10 there. We'll block later. So just go Vara again. Hopefully this one sticks. Yep, so opponents had enough. I guess Power Knight was never going to do much unless it got ultimate because of the frog. Just been very happy to just block. I suppose this means that our opponent gets to attack in and we just trade. Okay, so double attacks. Well, I think we will just block them both. This will just be a game 1 at this point. And then we really want to turn like the lifesteal on for Rizahn, so I'm probably going to Quarry here and try and see what we can find. Oh, Display of Ambition, sort of interesting. Okay, that frog doesn't have Destiny, does it? So rather than hash up, I'm just going to play Seat of Chaos. And we will smuggle them up. Probably go to Stat Maiden. And just grab a Deep Forge plate. Because plate on Rizahn will be lights out for our opponent. So Torch here is pretty bad for us. We do take 6 in total. Rizahn's going to pop up and kill the Champion Fury if we do survive the turn. So our opponent can have like another Torch here would kill us. Or a combat check, looks like we didn't. Okay, so Ixton Merchant. Not sure what they're going to be getting here. We do go to 6 and then we take 5 next turn if they didn't get like some sort of trick. I'm going to assume that our opponent's not just like an absolute genius with like a Torch in the market. Okay, some sort of 5 drop. Because I played the 5, so maybe it's like an Obliterate, just to make sure that there's nothing we could do. So if there's nothing we can do, then, you know, just sucks to be us. Yeah, so is Obliterate, just kills us. So very well played by the opponent there. Okay, well, we'll redraw this. Just 1 power, no reason to keep anything like that. This seems sort of good, and we do have 3 power plus a draw too, which is kind of good. Opponent's gone down to 6, so our strategy is probably quite good against someone who's done that. Just because everything we want is just going to be a 2 for 1. So I'm going to play Crest of Vengeance first. I suppose we'll keep the Slay just because it's interaction and we've got other things to be doing just to be able to propel forward to find our power. Okay, so we're going to play the Crest of Glory here. And Harsh Rule, we're against the combo deck, so Harsh Rule's probably good. But I think we also sort of like need to find powers and stuff. So maybe like just having 2 removal spells is probably going to do the job there. And I think here I'm going to favour Fire. Just because we've got more ways of just finding Shadow and Justice, because we do have like the Lost Scrolls. And Teacher, yep, not hot for this Teacher. So it's Treasure Trove and then Torch. Okay, so we found another Harsh Rule anyway. And they should be able to sort of punish whatever our opponent's up to, because we have like 2 sort of like runner removal spells, and then like Rizahn probably gets vanquished, which means that maybe Show doesn't. We do need to hit power though, that's a bit of a problem. Yep. That's sort of fine. If our opponent puts like too many weapons on it, then if our opponent puts like any weapon on it, like a Sword of Unity or something, we'll just kill it instantly. Let's have like this instant speed, sort of like utility spells, pretty nice. Okay, so yep, let's get rid of that. Nope. We don't have time to bring any of our big fat men back, so we'll just kill that. It gives us lifesteal on the Rizahn. So I'll get triple of everything. Don't want to kill like Genetrix, just like no reason to, it's just a 2-2. It gets swept next turn by Rizahn anyway. Yep, taking 2's like no concern of mine. I think this board is one we'll actually Harsh Rule though. My opponent's got Stand Together, they've got Stand, but like we'll just rule again next turn. I don't like our opponent having like Auric Record keep it in play if I was going to be sort of like slaying things. So let's boot this. It's like, nope. And I suppose we can be cheeky and just get Regents too. So I've also got much in the way of like instant speed interaction because they are combo deck. So maybe we can get away with just like using Swear Vengeance or something. What was actually just sabotage our opponents, see what they've got. Okay, so let's get the Sword of Unity out here. And then I'm sort of happy to just like make this block. Regent's Tomb doesn't take any damage because we're 2-3 and we get to. Oh boy. So if our opponent does kill our Regent's Tomb, they're attacking us with the 2. Yeah, that's fine by me. I'll just attack our opponent for 4. They won't be blocking it, and then I'll just like Harsh Rule afterwards. Yeah, so our opponent's got down to no cards, which is where we want them to be, and then we've just got like Rizahn, like Vara, and Stat Maiden just to be able to pick up the pace from there. Play Crest out just because it lets us do a 4 and a. Okay, yep, keep that because it just merchant it away. I think it's weird, but sometimes I like to top powers, like if I am just going to be going to the market, just because it means that. Well, I've got a card that I know I want to throw away. Sometimes it's sort of awkward if like you then just draw gas. It could just be nonsense, but it's sort of the way I think about it. Okay, so on the draw on this hand sort of sucks, so let's redraw that. Just no Shadow Sources, and this sucks too, so let's redraw that. We would have gone to 6, but we'll be able to catch up on cards later on. I feel that's something that our deck can do, just because of like all the built-in 2-for-1s. Like a bunch of crests, like a Quarry and a Lost Scroll. Should be in reasonably good shape. This could be the mirror, could be some sort of like fire-based Justice aggro deck. Okay, so I think we will play Crest of Vengeance. So yeah, we'll keep Cho. It's a threat, and it is sort of like a 2-for-1 as well. Cho does generally die, so it's like not quite as good as like a Champion of Coin or anything like that. Okay, so our opponent is trying to ramp something out. Maybe we're going to play like Yushkov or something like that. let's get rid of this Crest of Vengeance. Next turn, put us like Lost Scroll plus a Crest. So opponent goes up to 5 now. So they could play like an Amelie or something. Okay, so they've got 2 Justice Sources because they did play like a different thing. They played a Seat of Glory. Okay, so just Yushkov's fine. Like, it's going to push him forward at power, but that's it. But we too are going to push forward at power. And then I suppose we're looking for like a harsh rule here. Torch, probably not it. Don't need to find, don't need to torch anymore. Like the thing we would have wanted to torch has already like done its thing. So I it's a hardcore ramp in here. So Hidden Road, maybe, I mean, because we've got a black market, we can actually put a harsh run here. Put some sort of like wrath in there would have been nice. So let's Quarry, see what we find. Let's get Red Canyon for 2. Does a reasonable job at blocking eventually. Let's see what's on top. Another choke. Don't think we want that. So what do we want from it? First, going to get plate. We can maybe get to a point where we can play like a merchant plus plate, just so, or like any unit plus plate, so it's not actually exhausted by Yushkov, I guess. We do need to. Well, I guess we'll just do this then. I probably could have Roland's Intervention, but just saving one of their things isn't probably going to be enough. So we get to wipe the board. We've got rid of that pesky Yushkov. Hopefully the Rizahn's able to pop something off next turn. I think that'd be pretty good for us. If we just draw like an underplayed power, though, I might just go and get Regents too. Wow, it's a lot. That's not quite what we're looking for. Don't think we've actually got much we can do about that. Yeah, I suppose we just need to fade a Vanquish. Okay, so Vanquish faded 0 right now. So 0 Vanquish is faded. I need to find some sort of answer for this Tillot. Because, well, we're at 4. And if we don't find an answer, then we did. So another harsh rule would be pretty nice for us. Okay, so he's saying there's a chance. Don't think that our opponent's deck is like chock block with charge units. Oh dear. So let's slay this. Let's get rid of this, make a Regents too, then hopefully survive the turn from like a Torch or Signal Flare or anything. Let's just attack. Oh yeah, go up to 4. Cool, we're in okay shape. Let's Regents 2 and I suppose we'll Lingering Influence. Let's Bottom Torch, don't really need that. Let's pop this one out. Let's get Brel because it gains us 4 next turn if we actually need to, as well as like giving us a weapon. Right roll. And Millie's a problem. So we can swear Vengeance on one of our units or Sabotage. I think we'll Sabotage. Okay, so no volley cards, that's sort of okay for us. I think we do actually just need to like attack with both of these. We don't get to kill like a Millie with the Brel, which is a problem, but we do get to Vara. Then opponent, if they attack us, I'm sort of fine with that because we'll just like we'll give Vara revenge. And if they attack the site, so it's like that's fine. Site's done its job. It's given us 2 spells and gained us like 4 lives. Okay, so Brel gets to do something now because it means we get to attack our opponent for 8. Ah, and we've got a Display of Ambition. Okay, Well, we'll attack and we'll just kill a melee, I guess. Okay, touch is fine. So we know they didn't have a spell last time, so I think we're just going to kill a melee straight up. Just like, no nonsense, just like, no point like drawing 2 units from the void. As good as it would have been, because, well, Rizahn's good. But does have the 4/3 carry though. And like one card that we are fairly certain isn't very good. So let's just attack this with Brel. And gobble our opponent up for the 5. And I think we somehow managed to stabilise. I'm not going to place power because if we just like draw a merchant or like another display, I'd much rather just sort of trade this power into something else. Yeah, plus had enough. They're at 10 and we've got 9 points of juicy damage. Okay, we're the draw, but I think this is probably actually okay because it's got like 2 Varas and a Quarry. So if I probably like leading with like a Teacher of Human, we're in trouble because we need to find like exactly Torch off the Quarry. But 2 Varas should be able to pick up most games. 3 Varas, even better. Let's try and find some sort of interaction on top. Yeah, see if Chaos can get out of here. I do actually like Quarry a lot more now because it's got, you know, some other applications aside from just like being able to bottom. Harsh Rule against Combre is probably pretty good, especially a 4-cost one that everyone doesn't know about. I think we've got so many threats that we don't really need like the double dark return. I think I'd much rather just like have like a Harsh Rule panic button. Okay, we've got like a reasonable curve set up because, okay, well, we're just mono Varas. Hoping our opponent doesn't play Avigraft, because if they do, we're in trouble. Yeah, so our opponent Avigrafts like our Vara, we're just like in the worst shape. Unfortunately, Avigraft is a pain, but we do have merchants, so we can just like trade away these. Whew. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. Our opponent just had Vanquish, that's fine. Let's just grab Justice. Just going to keep pushing my luck with these Varas. So, they do have... Okay, so another Vanquish is fine. I mean, I guess our opponent's not like adding anything to the board yet. More than this, although Hojan does have the capability of doing a lot of damage. I think we're actually just going to Harsh Rule here. Because we get to torch whatever they rebuild with. And if we draw like a power, we get to like start going off with these Rizahns. Our opponent's already used 2 Vanquishes, so if they do have Avigraphs after that point, yeah, I'm not going to do it just in case we draw. So let's just beat this with a torch. And Winchest Contraband is no longer a power, which sort of sucks. Let's play Vara. We draw power, we don't draw power. We're just going to make a 5/6 with a Deadly and Lifesteal against an aggro deck. I mean, we're only at 13, so the game isn't exactly 100% stable. But we do get to attack here. Opponent can't block. Play another one, and then we've got like 10 points of lifesteal versus like 3.5 points of lifesteal. We don't get to shoot this down with Rizahn though. I think we'll bottom that Justice Sigil because the plan isn't to be merchanting anytime soon. It's just to like play Rizahn into hopefully our opponent's dead. So Imperial Loyalist, what's this do? Play another unit of your choice, your deck with cost equal to or less than that spell or weapon. So that does some stuff. But it's going to attack our opponent. Hopefully just dead them. Yep, this is fine. More than happy with that. So that's actually in the deck. So you play another unit of choice from your deck is equal. Okay, so if they get to play something on this, they play like, I don't know, a 2-cost weapon. They just get to play like a Crown Witch and a Hojan. That's pretty good actually. Well, let's just make Rizahn. And then Rizahn again next turn with like all of a sudden nearly at 30 life when we were at like dead a couple of turns ago. So apparently FGS is just like the mono lifesteal faction, so sorry Xenian Life Force, but FGS probably does it a little bit better. Okay, so it must be some sort of spell as well. Okay, so Fire Style's cool. Maybe could have... I suppose I'd do this, kill it. I suppose it could have gone like preemptively and got Regent's Tomb to sabotage. Oh yes, this are they playing another spell? This they're playing another spell. Rats. Well, we're gonna play show next turn, so that should probably wrap it up for us. Well, this little dude's got to attack, so I may as well attack with both of them. And then just go, boop, show. I could have got like a plate as well, because that would have killed our opponent with Vara, but... Is there anything we can get? Yeah, we're just going to kill this, don't we? Boop. So we get to attack him for exactly 11 in the air, and then just like show off attacking with Vara, I guess. So overall, that was quite good. Okay, here we have the last one, and unfortunately we can't place Lost Scroll, which is sad. I do like Lost Scroll. We could have tried to find something for it. This is probably okay as well, because we do get to play either Quarry or Treasure on 2. That's probably why I don't mind having this like 7-drop in your deck, because if you draw it like and you've got like 6 power, it's not dead, because it does help you get towards the 7. I've also got like the second best card back. I think that the start deck one is perhaps the current favourite of mine. We don't really want with Quarry, so I'm just going to Treasure Trove it. Don't really mind if our opponent knows that we're a naughty little Cho deck, but let's find out what we're against. I'll get some more information before we do this Quarry. I've just got like mono Quarries. One might find a Lost Scroll. That'd be sort of ideal, because we could actually play it this turn. Let's get a cheap Display of Ambition. Seems good. We could have actually played the 1-cost Quarry and just like got a little bit deeper, but we're going to do that next turn anyway. But I think the utility this provides is still pretty good. And I suppose we'll take a break. Let's get rid of Cho and go and grab a... we could actually grab Winchest Cargo, but Regent's Tomb's just about as good. I'm probably going to be using this to do the other Lingering Influence. Okay, so Evergraft's fine. It's not ideal because we are a Display of Ambition deck, but good to do this, where we sabotage our opponent. Then I have to remember if I've bound Snipping Tool or not. Cool. So I've got Wisdom of the Elders, Hailstorm, and Torch. Don't care about Torch because it doesn't kill sites. Don't really care about Hailstorm, so let's take Wisdom of the Elders because that will let our opponent keep up on cards. Let's change that to a custom pen on my Snipping Tool. I've not actually set everything up on my new computer yet. So let's generally like a big, like that. There we go. So we will Lingering Influence. Gives us a little scout. Let's get a little bit deeper in our deck. I don't think we want Shadow Sigil there. So let's just play a Stat Maiden. So maybe something we can actually, yeah, let's keep Vara. That's really good. So something we can do with Vara actually is that I can't remember what I was saying now. So if we draw like a Torch, let's just Sweat Vengeance on this. That's fine. We'll just like wallop our opponent here. Or is not to. And I think we're just going to kill this. I was thinking of like doing Vara and something, but I think realistically we just want to like double slay this. Just get out of here. Just like, nope. Put our Elias into play, because I think that when I was playing this deck earlier this morning, I had real difficulty trying to play against Elias. Or I had a difficulty playing against Elias because you've got like 0 outs to it apart from getting like burnout from the market, and that only deals with half of the card. Yep, Abigraft is a bit of a nuisance here because it kills our revenge unit. But now we get an Elias. We get to wallop our opponent for 8, so good. Right where I wanted it. So that was Quarry. See what we find here. So the opponent looks like, well, the opponent does have a torch that we know about. They can Hailstorm plus torch here. That's sort of like neither here nor there. But I will play Vara, because Vara will be a 5/6. And then Vara's like a better target, I think, for... So the opponent does have like Hailstorm plus torch. I think that's a better target because it'll be really disruptive to their combination. In that they won't be able to combo off very easily if we ever have a torch at any point. I think if we get to gain lives here, though, our opponent would be able to have a board and not kill us, and then we'd be able to harsh rule to finish them off. So I think if this is no times, there's not enough room in that deck to actually play. That's what we could have done. We could have just put Stone Cudgel on Elias. That would have been pretty good. No, not Elias, on Vara to make her a 8 health. So I have to do it to Elias, but I don't think it really matters. Point might have gone and got burnout. But we're just going to ace space there. It's like wall pop for like 15 points when we should not be able to lose from like a board here, because our opponent's not used a fire merchant. So unless we're actually playing like scatter shots in the main now. Okay, opponent's having a little bit of a think. I'm not sure what they can actually do here to stop this. Apart from rope, just like give them the old sneaky. I'm not sure how I feel about this avatar actually. I'm sort of hoping that the Fumpity Fump one would come back for Christmas, but given how upset like we've all been by things coming back that were sort of supposed to be limited time events, it's probably a good reason, probably a good time that the Snowman one doesn't come back. I'm actually really hungry as well. I'm going to go make a pizza in a minute. Opponent's had enough. I was on the other end of this. I played the No Time Man's deck like for a video request. I think someone chucked me a few quid on Ko-fi and then sent us an email a couple of weeks after the donation asking for what deck they wanted. But it didn't really work out. I think we want like 1 free. I just can't figure out this deck. I think I'm just not smart enough. I just like brute force decks like this one. And then I suppose, well, I was going to rope forever. I'm going to give our team a +1 and overwhelm. Do you like that? Just I've never done that mode on purpose. Did that mode by accident once, which was really frustrating because I was trying to do the other mode where you like get things back from the void. But there we are. Let's go to the deck tech. Okay, so there we have it. That's currently where I'm up to with the FGS deck. It's a couple of different things you could do. Maybe we should play like more actual power here, because maybe 25 plus like the ways to 2 is just a little bit too greedy. But I do like where we're at. I think the market's still pretty good. Maybe it'd be good to like maybe shave a harsh rule here to play like another power in the main or something like that. And then in the side, get rid of the Winchest cargo, and then put like a end hostilities or the mentor one, like leave a witness. Do something like a way that you can actually go and fetch a harsh rule in a pinch. But yeah, I like the deck. You know, I think the deck can actually function from going to 6 just because so many of its cards are 2-for-1s or just cards that replace themselves, like Cho. But yeah, overall, deck's good. There's a long way to go with it. We've got like another 6 months of this set. I feel like we do get like a campaign in free, and we might have like some impactful promo cards within that space. But if the the is anything to go with, maybe not. But thanks for watching. I've been That Resolves, and I'll see you around.